Good evening, friends. We are back again with one more session on Learn Polity through MCQ. This is the ninth part, and without any further delay, guys, let us start the topic. Today, we are going to talk about Union Legislature. Moving towards the first question, guys, we have here the Union Legislature of India consists of. So, guys, the options are Lok Sabha only, Rajya Sabha only, President and Lok Sabha. Option D is President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So remember guys, the Union Legislature is not only Lok Sabha, not only Rajya Sabha, but it includes the president as well. So the president is an integral part of the union legislature. So the correct option here will be option D. Okay, that is the president, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Moving towards the next question, guys, we have an article of the constitution deals with the composition of the parliament. So which article of the Indian constitution tells about the composition of the parliament? So guys, it has been explicitly mentioned in Article 79 of the Indian Constitution. So 79 talks about the composition of the Indian Constitution, Indian Parliament, that is the Rajya Sabha, the Lok Sabha plus the President of India. So the correct option will be option C. Moving towards the next question, guys, we have here the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha as provided in the Constitution is. So guys, the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha as provided in the Constitution is 550. Earlier, it was 552. After 104th Constitutional Amendment Act, we have reduced it to 550. Earlier, we had the nomination of two Anglo-Indians in the Lok Sabha. However, after 104th Constitutional Amendment Act, it was removed. So the correct option will be option B. Moving towards the next question, guys, we have right before the 104th Constitutional Amendment Act, out of the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha, how many members were nominated by the president? So it is asking about right before the amendment. So as I just mentioned right now that earlier we had the strength of 552. Out of this 552, two members from the Anglo-Indian communities were actually nominated by the president in the Lok Sabha. However, after 104th Constitutional Amendment Act, it was removed. So the correct option will be B, that is 2. Okay, moving towards the next question, we have the maximum strength of the Rajya Sabha is. So guys, the constitutional strength of the Rajya Sabha is 250. 250 is the maximum strength or the constitutional strength of the Rajya Sabha. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have here how many members of the Rajya Sabha are nominated by the president. So guys, we all know that 250 members are there in the Rajya Sabha. Out of this 250 members, 238 members are elected and 12 members are nominated. These nominated members are from various domains, okay, such as literature, art, sports, etc., etc. Okay, so the correct option will be 12. Moving towards the next slide, we have, guys, members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by. So remember, guys, members of the Rajya Sabha are not directly elected by the common people. However, they are elected by the elected members of the state legislative assemblies. Okay, remember that they are elected by the members of the state legislative assemblies, similar to that of the presidential election, indirect election. Okay. Moving towards the next slide, we have which house of the parliament is a permanent body. Okay, so guys, Lok Sabha is dissolved after every 5 years. Okay, however, Rajya Sabha is never subjected to dissolution. So hence, it is the permanent house of the legislature. We can see it is the permanent house of the parliament. Okay. Moving towards the next slide, we have here, guys, the term permanent house refers to that they have a fixed tenure. No, guys, they cannot be dissolved. Okay, yes, they cannot be dissolved. However, their members are actually retiring periodically. So this answer, even though it looks correct, but the most appropriate answer will be not subject to dissolution, but the members retire periodically. Okay, so the term permanent house is that they cannot be dissolved. However, the members retire periodically. So after every 2 years, 1/3 of the members are retiring. So we can say technically 6 years is the tenure. Okay. After every 6 years, a new fresh batch of members are actually coming. Okay. Moving towards the next slide, we have what fraction of Rajya Sabha members retire every 2 years. So I have just mentioned that. So guys, it is 1/3 of the membership it retire after every 2 years. Moving towards the next slide, we have here the normal tenure of the Lok Sabha is. So guys, the normal tenure of Lok Sabha is 5 years. Remember, the normal tenure of the Lok Sabha is 5 years. Moving towards the next question, guys, we have here the minimum age required to become the member of Lok Sabha is. So guys, remember, the minimum age required to be the member of Lok Sabha is 25 years. However, I'm also going to tell you the minimum age requirement for different bodies. Okay. So if someone is contesting for municipalities or panchayat, the minimum age criteria is 21 years. If someone is contesting for Lok Sabha or state legislative assembly, okay, then the minimum age criteria will be of 25 years. Okay. If someone is contesting for Rajya Sabha or the state legislative council, then the minimum age criteria becomes 30 years. And the most important, if someone is contesting for governor, president, or vice president, the minimum age criteria becomes 35 years. Okay, please remember this. This is very important regarding the age criteria of different bodies. Okay, moving towards the next slide, we have here, guys, the minimum age required to become a member of Rajya Sabha. As I have just mentioned right now, guys, it is nothing but 30 years. 30 years in order to become a member of Rajya Sabha. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have here which article deals with the qualification of the members of the parliament. So remember, guys, Article 84 of the Indian Constitution talks about the qualification of the members of the parliament. So this, guys, this is Article 84 of the Indian Constitution. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have who is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Okay, remember, guys, ex officio chairman is the vice president of the India. So anyone who is becoming the vice president of India, by dint of that office, he is automatically becoming the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. So this is the vice president of India is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Remember that. Moving towards the next slide, we have who presides over the Lok Sabha. Okay, or who is the chairperson of the Lok Sabha. Remember, guys, in Rajya Sabha, the vice president is the chairperson. However, in Lok Sabha, there is a chairperson known as the speaker of the Lok Sabha. So the correct option will be speaker. Okay, speaker is the one who presides over the Lok Sabha. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have here the power to dissolve the Lok Sabha lies in the hands of. So, guys, it is the President of India who is actually empowered to dissolve the Lok Sabha. However, the advice is given by the Prime Minister. Okay, advice is given by the Prime Minister. So the correct option will be the President. Okay, the President is the one who dissolves the Lok Sabha. Okay, moving towards the next question, guys, we have which house cannot be dissolved or which house is the permanent house. So guys, we have talked about that. It is nothing but the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is not dissolved. Okay, unlike Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha is never dissolved. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have during a national emergency, the tenure of the Lok Sabha can be extended by. So guys, it can be extended by 1 year at a time. Remember that. But that is only during national emergency. Okay. Moving towards the next slide, guys, we have the joint sitting of the parliament is presided over by. Okay. So guys, we have just discussed that the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha is the vice president. The chairperson of the Lok Sabha is the speaker. However, in case of joint sitting, it is always presided over by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Article 108 of the Indian Constitution talks about the provision of joint sitting. Okay. So guys, This was all for today. We will be coming up with more such sessions. Till then, stay connected with Edufy.